Isaac, why do you have a bottle with you?
Oh, I forgot. Oh, wait. Today's a special day.
Oh, yeah. It is the inaugural episode of the KickCast.
First episode.
Yes, finally. We're finally kicking out. We're out of beta. So in this episode, we talk about a table for your table. A mech robots on there. And we also learn about mech robots. We learn about a new way to control RC robots, RC helicopters. They can even fight each other. And we talk about a robot that's great for beginners. So sit back, relax. It's time for the KickCast. Cheers, my friend.
Yes.
Hey, everybody, guess what? It is time for the KickCast, episode 1. Finally, we're out of beta, and we're actually doing this for reals. For reals, Isaac. That's crazy. So, as always, my co-host is one Isaac Paulson. How you doing today, Isaac?
Very good. Very good.
All right. So, if you guys are wondering, since this is episode 1, some of you probably didn't see our beta episodes. This is the KickCast, and it's a podcast about crowdfunding. What we actually do in this podcast is we find projects on sites such as Kickstarter or Indiegogo, and we go around and find projects that are worth our time, which we think are interesting. It wouldn't be a podcast if we didn't find them, because you go through all these sites, you see a lot of kind of cruff out there.
Highlight stuff.
We try to find things that would pop out. So the idea on a lot of these sites is all or nothing. So they'll set a goal and amount of money they want to raise, and if not enough people pledge that amount, they don't get anything. A little bit different on Indiegogo. There's another model where they can get some of the money that they raise, but a lot of them still do the all or nothing. So let's just start off with our first one. So both Isaac and I, we kind of work in a office-like setting.
A sit-down setting.
So we're always in chairs. Oddly enough, why we decided to do a podcast.
We should probably stand up when we're doing this.
So, there's all these ergonomic things where people are going around saying, you sit in these nice chairs
or exercise orb.
Exercise orb on that. But there's also a big movement going around where people are saying you should stand up. It helps straighten your back.
Yeah,
and
while you're
you
working.
use more energy, so you're not sitting on your butt and getting fat the entire time you're at work. So here comes our first project, the stand-up desk.
Stand-up desk. This is our homegrown one.
Homegrown one. We like to feature products from Utah, and right here is the stand-up desk from Salt Lake City, Utah, and it's pretty much a desk to put on your desk.
Coffee table book to put on the coffee table.
Yeah. So you put it on your desk, and it's under $200, and it comes in 24 inches by 23 inches by a 1-inch thick desk surface, and it should sit pretty securely on your desk. And then you also have different versions of it. You can choose leather, cherry, glass, white, shark gray, or black. Personally, I'm a fan of black. So
real leather?
Real leather. People might be a little offended about that. So
when you sit at work, calorie burning slows to 1 calorie per minute. Sitting is killing you.
Oh man, that's it. Next episode, we're doing it standing.
Yeah, I'm dying.
Oh man. So what do you think about this project, Isaac?
So when I was watching the video, this guy was explaining how they didn't really see anything that they liked out there as far as a stand-up desk goes, and I probably disagree.
Well, looking at that picture on the website, it looks like any other peripheral you add on your stand-up desk, because the issue with stand-up desks are they cost a lot of money, and so people kind of try to do IKEA hacks and everything, and plus you already have an existing desk where you're like, what am I going to do with it? So this is them trying to solve it by adding some height, because the idea of a standing desk is to get your monitor up to your eye level, and you're not looking down, so you're not straining, so you're just looking straight, like I'm looking straight at you guys right now. So that's why you have it right there, but I don't know. What do you think?
Well, I'm thinking, I was just looking through this, and it doesn't look like it folds up or anything. It looks like you have to take off the legs. It's not like a Rubberman table where you can fold in the legs and then it folds again. It's like a piece of furniture that you have to set back down. I guess you could put it underneath the desk.
Hopefully you're not moving your desk that often, right?
Yeah. So, anyways, look at this site.
Oh, look, there's a whole site dedicated to stand-up desks.
Standupdesk.com.
Surprise, surprise.
And they also come in wood, leather, different colors.
So it looks like this isn't an original idea, and it does really look similar to what they have out there. It being under $200, maybe a draw point, but it's not that much under $200. It's $187
Mm-hmm.
for the backing on there. And how far are they on their goal?
So they're at $4,600 with a goal of 13 days to go.
So they're
on pace to just come short. It looks like maybe we'll hit 15 or something, but who knows? A lot of these projects gain momentum in the last few days.
So they're about a fourth of the way there. So Isaac, again, so if you guys have not ever watched this show before, we have a rating system here: back, track, or sack. Backing means you're going to put money into it, pledging whatever amount you feel like you're comfortable with. Track is kind of keep an eye on this project, and if it's about to kind of go over, you can go back the pledge that you want to maybe help them tip it over.
Yeah, or if you just want some time to think about it. Some people, do I really need that? Kind of like sleep on it before you buy it.
Yeah. Or sack, just get rid of it. So what do you think, Isaac? What's your pick?
I'm gonna sack it. I'm gonna sack it. There's too much workspace that it elevates. If I'm going to stand up, I just want the laptop sitting there. It's too big. Don't really care about the color. It's not really that novel. I don't know. So that's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah, for me, it looks just like any other standing desk. You probably could go to IKEA and hack something together the same way. And probably much cheaper than this. So as much as I like to support Utah products, I have to say sack on that.
We've kind of had a lack of creativity in Utah. We are having trouble finding a project that we even wanted to talk about.
If you have if you watched our beta episodes, we tend to find some pretty good Utah products right there. Also, so if you guys are wondering if you want to go check this out, and it might be a back for you, check out KickCast.net for our show notes, which has links to all these projects.
Yeah.
All right, Isaac. Let's go into our next project right
So our next project here is it's called the Mimics. Oh no, did I not get the link for it? Oh, that's a failure, Kevin.
Oh.
Let me grab it real quick. Okay, so here it is, Mimics. So Mimics is pretty cool. I'm sure you guys have seen these Wii remotes. So the basically, let's just kind of introduce this. This guy had this idea for a while. He talks about it in the video. He's always wanted to create this, but he said the technology wasn't available that allowed a controller and the motion of your hand for like a helicopter just to mimic how your hand's moving. It was always like joystick dependent. Kind of like a Wii remote, but we all know Wii remotes have accelerometers in them, and they can sense the tilt in the remote. So what he decided to do with this Mimics project is make the remote your flight controller. So this particular quadcopter, let's look at the earlier version of the remote. Looks like he just took a normal Wii remote.
Just like the one you have in your hands, and kind of tell it uses the internal gyroscope of the remote.
Yeah,
and
so
you can tilt it, and the helicopter will replicate
So it has a
it.
gyroscope. So this is the way it works. If you tilt forward, the helicopter is going to pitch forward, pitch back, right, left, and then on the joystick itself, the right-left motion of the joystick is going to do yaw, clockwise and counterclockwise, and then the up-down motion on the joystick is going to do altitude. So
that
elevate
that
and
pretty
depress.
much lets it move
in space, all axes.
In any direction. Because I don't do a lot of helicopters, but as I understand it, they tend to only go forward and backwards, or most of the models on there.
Yeah, some of the cheaper models do that. I mean, the helicopters you have now, you're controlling two different joysticks, and then also you have like a calibration to see how much it spins, different things like that. They have lots of different actions, and lots of times it's really confusing. You have like 6 different channels to control. So I thought this was kind of a unique idea. He tried to streamline and make the process of flying the helicopter pretty organic for the user, which I thought was kind of cool. I haven't seen anything else like this in the RC world. If I'm wrong, please someone send me a link.
So you can send it to KickCast at Ktdata.net.
Yeah.
And what I like about it is it's not just a helicopter. They kind of designed it to even have a more game type system along with it. where
Yeah.
you can actually do a virtual dogfight if you have more than one of these connected, which you can actually see on the screen right here.
Yeah, so on the remote, the trigger button's just like there, just like on a Wii remote, and that's how you shoot them. And I guess they have some games they're trying to make, different modes. This is a kind of cool part. In the helicopters, they have different LEDs, and they light up and show you what team you're on. So, for example, here you have like blue, red, blue, pink, I don't know. But anyways, the color corresponds to what team you're on. So they've tried to make this kind of, kind of a fun gaming aspect. I'm wondering how that's going to work. I've driven cars where you have to shoot each other, and then it like makes you fall out of or turn off your car or whatever. So it'll be kind of interesting.
Like I'm wondering if it's
Kinda hard.
Will it take over and automatically land safely, or is it just going to?
So it says, from what I was reading, it makes it sound like it just drops.
Well, they said it's going to be rugged, but I don't know how
so
rugged
they have
it's
these
gonna be.
protection rings around the propellers that's supposed to kind of protect it. I don't know. I think this is kind of cool. I definitely. What do you think? Backtrack or sack?
Well, another part that on there that we forgot to mention is that it's fully hackable. There's an
Oh, yeah,
auxiliary port that you can plug into it. So
you can program your own game modes and stuff.
And I know you love hacking around with Arduinos and stuff. So that is actually something that I can see a lot of people doing. So because they're making it open source, or at least using an open protocol, so you can actually hook other things to it, maybe a camera or something like that.
Yeah.
I really like this idea. Price wise, for the Kickstarter levels, I think it's $110 is the level where you actually get one of these on there.
Yeah, so they had the early backers
yeah.
sold out in 120. And so, to be honest, in the RC world, like a Blade SR 120 helicopter, which is with good range of motion, is $120.
Yeah.
So this is cool.
So
I mean, the price is right.
It's fairly comparable to other helicopters out there, and it seems to do a lot more.
It is smaller, and it's probably not going to be able to fly outside very well. This is like an indoor activity.
They say it should be able to fly outside really well, but I've seen the winds.
I don't think it will. Yeah, it'd have to be a pretty calm day.
Well, for me, and I like how it also has a beginner mode for an idiot like me, so I don't crash it the first time I get it and break it.
Yeah,
that's probably what happened.
That's what happens to a lot of people that pick up RC, especially helicopters and things like that. They break them and they're like, "Why did I get this?"
So for me, I would say track on there. I'd help push them over the limit if they got really close.
So I'm kind of in the same boat as you. I have a lot of like RC helicopters and stuff, and I always, am willing to get another one, but I'm going to definitely just track it, and if they need some more help, might back it. But it's definitely tempting. It's really cool. I like this project.
It's a very solid idea. All right, so while we're in the world of kind of mechanical flying things, how about the world of robots? And of course, Isaac, I know you own an Android phone and I own an iOS phone. So the problem is a lot of the games are one or the other. They're not really both. And in this case, our next product is the iMech Online, which is a sequel to iMech, which is mech combat game. And to be honest with you, it sold me at the word mech. Giant robots always get me excited on there. So what happens is in this game players can pilot their mechs in 8-player versus 8-player style deathmatch combat, team deathmatch style combat. And then the nice part about it is that actually you can customize the mechs with different abilities and features, and which creates countless possibilities. And what's cool is this app is going to be free to play. So some of those customizations are going to be what you pay money for, and that's gonna keep this game going. And it's slated to be released late 2012, or for iOS, and early 2013 for Android right there. And this money that they're actually going to use is going to be used to set up the server costs, get more developers on there to kind of help develop everything, and help get the Android version out faster. I'm probably imagining they're a small team. That's why it's taking.
When I was watching the video, it looks like there's just a few of them that are putting this together.
So what I like is giant robots, and the gameplay style and the artwork really reminds me of the old school MechWarriors. Did you ever play that?
Oh yeah, totally did. It was so much fun. The jump jets and everything, and you upgrade them, and you can jump up to the cliffs. And
they have very, very, very similar play of that, and we can actually play against each other, which is pretty cool, or play as a team on there. So what do you think about this project right now?
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. I like the kind of the retro style, the Mech Warrior. It brings me back to I think we had a image of
So this is the only drawback of this game, and actually of any game I have, is I don't like doing the joystick thing on glass.
I don't either.
You
Someone
can't slide
make
it
a
around.
project that has like joysticks
Yeah.
that plug into the phone.
See, this is this right here is the kind of controls I want, and it's from an old Xbox game called Steel Battalion. I want like fully immersive controls.
Yeah, don't you have
and,
a
like,
set of those?
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
have and it's insanely hard to,
yeah,
to
those
pilot,
are cool.
but I enjoy it greatly on there. So I actually, I think these guys are doing it. And what's nice about this project right here is, since it is a sequel, the original was ironically called iMech. Oh, So what I like about it is these guys kind of have a plan on there. They kind of they know to keep a game successful in the
They
want
to keep pushing out content to it and giving you updates for
So
the player.
They want to build a good community, because of course you can't play a multiplayer online game if there's only like 2 people on there. It gets boring quickly. So they want to get that built up. So they're working on localizations for different countries right there. They're working on more upgrades. They're planning on different mechs that you can buy, and I think they're gonna rotate them, kind of like League of Legends styles when you have the heroes on there, so you can switch them up on there. So that's actually good. I like that. So other than the control system, I would have to say track on this. So what do you think? Back, track, or sack?
Yeah, I'll track. What are the rewards for this one? Let's see, pilot rank, customer.
So they give you custom. You can get custom skins and free mechs that normally you would have to buy.
Definitely track it.
What I like is if you scroll down to the lowest level, I think it's the $8,000 level or $5,000 level one. It's the sponsored rank one. If you donate $5,000, you can actually get a spot that is shown prominently in all the games on one of the buildings or a dumpster.
Oh yeah, they have a picture of that down here, right there.
Right there. And part of me is like, oh, wouldn't it be nice?
I want to be on the building.
Wouldn't it be nice to have a KickCast logo just slapped on a building?
The T-shirt's pretty cool too.
Yeah.
I know it's kind of cliche. Everyone offers T-shirts on Kickstarter, but this one's kind of cool. I'd wear it.
Yeah. So something I kind of want to reiterate right now is that Kickstarter's trying not to push it as a store. So although we're actually showing you these rewards right here, I wouldn't say that you should back it for the rewards. You should back it because you like this idea. I actually like this idea. Other than the control scheme, I actually like giant robots and going on a team deathmatch style. And I've always loved playing these type of games. So if I didn't have a lot of money, I'd probably back the lowest level one there just to help them out.
Yeah, no, I think that's cool.
So
that's it. That's a good point to reiterate that. What's the purpose of Kickstarter?
Yeah.
So it looks like they have 13 backers so far, and they're at $2,200, 26 days to go.
I think they recently launched, so they still got some time.
Yeah,
on
this
there.
is cool.
So,
I'm gonna definitely track it.
Again, if you guys want to see it, head on over to kickcast.net, and we'll have links to this project right there. So let's jump into our next project, where, again, we're going back into the more mechanical world, and this is actually not even on Kickstarter. Again, robots. I like robots.
Who doesn't like robots?
This may fall into the Asian stereotype, but I like robots. Okay. But always the problem with me is that every time I want to start kind of going into that robot building world, there are just so many different models, and you have to get the right pieces for them all to work together. And they do sell kits, but they're ridiculously expensive on there, or they're custom fabricated, so you gotta wait forever for them to come out. And then if you break it, there's no chance of getting it repaired or anything. So in come these guys, the Rackbot, where they're building a system to, it's a fully modular and open source robotics builder kit. It's really important when I say open source. That means they're going to let their designs and their iOS app go out to the community, and the community will be able to see their codes, and they'll be able to make their own parts and adjustments to it without getting in trouble. So
this is cool.
What's nice is it comes with a wide range of kits too. You can start with a 2-wheeled rover all the way up to a 6-wheeled rover called the Mars Explorer, and they're made out of aluminum, so they're pretty durable. And they use the smallest amount of pieces to put together. So you're like, oh crap, where did I put that screw? And type of thing. And it's also fully designed for usually people like you and me, where we kind of like, well, what if I can put like a nitrous system in there, or if I
or an arm or a
claw or something like that. They fully will allow you to do that, and it's powered by Arduinos, which is kind of like a hobbyist hacker favorite, where it's fully programmable, and you don't have to buy. I never knew this until I actually started looking into a lot of RC control things. Is that those? It's not the actual piece that you're doing, a helicopter or a car, that's expensive. It's the remote control.
Oh,
the
yeah.
actual transmitter on
Yeah,
there.
you got to get the. I think XB is what
Yeah.
SparkFun and some of the other ones use. They plug right into the boards.
Yeah.
They're 802.11 band, I think.
What's nice about this is that it's fully controlled by iOS and Android apps again, because more and more people are having smartphones, or they have an iPad, or they have a Nexus tablet, something like that we can be able to control. So
And
that's why
they have
I like
some
it.
mods where they put the cameras on them, and who doesn't love to drive around the car and with the camera and spy on people?
And I love the design, because it does remind you of the Mars rover that's going
It
around.
does.
So like, I'm gonna go explore my neighborhood like it's
cool.
Mars.
I love the dirt tires, and you might say like, don't they have these in like Brookstone or like the hobby stores ever? But I don't think they sell anything this industrious.
Yeah, I don't think it's that robust. It's probably like made out of plastic. Mostly.
Yeah. This is cool.
This is pure aluminum on there, and I love how they have so many different options. So not everybody's gonna get the same one. And it's nice, like I said earlier, it's nice that how it comes in a kit, so you don't have to worry about, oh, I need to go buy this part at this store, and oh, I hope this motor's going to match with it.
Not to mention, if you put it together yourself, you'll know how to fix it, right?
Yeah. And then, so not having, and again, it uses the Arduinos, and even the iOS apps are actually, iOS and Android apps are actually open source. And what's nice about it is they were initially only going to do iOS first, because again, small team, limited resources, you go into where the largest market is. But what is cool is there was actually a group of students from the University of Rome that put together an Android app for it. So now you can use an Android app
That's awesome.
and an iOS app. And that's kind of the power of having an open source project right there.
Yeah, you have the community, and it advances further. People can bounce ideas off each other.
So they have a bunch of goals that they're coming together. And for this one, I'd have to say back. I think it's, if you are interested in building robots, or just kind of delving into it, or even trying to do Arduino things, this would be a good project for, with kids and stuff. I don't have any kids, but it's
just like starting out. I think that'd be cool. So, how much is the project? So, is this one of those stretch goals? It looks like this is all or nothing, right?
I think it's all or nothing, but they have models starting from a 2-wheeled model to a full-on
six-wheeled,
yeah, and the prices vary from there.
Yeah, it looks like you can get with the Wi-Fi, get this 229 with everything you need to make it work.
So, and they even sell kits that don't even come with the Arduino. So if you already have an Arduino, you can just buy the frame, and then the frame will fit perfectly with a circuit board.
Yeah,
which is
I like that.
Nice.
I'm gonna definitely, I'll track it just because I have lots of other RC projects that I'm working on. But I agree with you. Like, if someone's a hobbyist and want to start out, this is definitely a good project for them to dive into.
One day we'll just film it. Like, we'll run out of time to set up all this, and we'll just have an Arduino robot follow us with a camera, and that's going to be the KickCast. Right? Us walking down a hall to somewhere else.
Would be kind of funny.
Yep. All right, guys.
Yeah, this is cool.
So that's all the projects we have for today. If you guys find any projects on any crowdsourcing site, please feel free to email us at kickcast@ktdata.net. Also, head on over to kickcast.net for our show notes, where any of these projects are linked there. You might notice that we kind of tend to do a lot of gadget-heavy products. That's because Isaac and I, we're
uncultured.
we like as much as I'd like to tell you movie projects or art projects are cool or not, I don't know much about that. But if you do, send in the project over then. We'll take a look at it, and hopefully with your input and stuff, we can
we can spot it.
Not make us look like we don't know what we're talking about. That's always there. And then make sure you check us on our social media sites, facebook.com/kickcast. We are at KickCast on Twitter. For Google+, plus.kickcast.net. If you are not watching live right now, we do it every other Thursday at live.kickcast.net, which is actually, our next one is November 1st, 2012, right there. But
we try to start around 7:30.
Yeah, we try, and we'll do better. We kind of start late today, but we're excited. But what's nice about our social media networks is obviously we look through a lot of projects when we first start out.
Yeah, and some stuff can't make it to the show.
Some stuff it might be too hard to explain on a podcast, or it just might take too long, or we don't think we could get a good discussion on. But we do post those too. Like I know I'll be posting the world's coolest but ugliest shoes known to man. They're both cool and ugly at the same time.
I'm gonna post the blind driver. What was that called? He's fixing his. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Anyways, we'll put
so
it up there.
keep an eye out on our social networks for those. And Isaac, do you have anything to plug right now?
Not at the
do you want to plug your aqualumis.com?
Yeah, so I've been working on this project for a while. You guys can go to aqualumis.com and basically there's some heads-up display for swim goggles. So I'm going to be putting it up on Kickstarter. It's pretty cool. So hopefully we'll have a special episode where we can help launch it.
Yeah, I've seen pictures of it and everything.
Yeah, if you go to aqualumis.com, you can take a look at some of the prototypes I've made.
It looks fairly cool, and of course, so keep an eye on that. I think you're getting really close to being able to actually start your Kickstarter project.
Yeah.
On there.
So
of course, all my stuff, ktdata.net. If you actually go to kickcast.net, it redirects you to ktdata.net on there. So you guys can check that out right here, or find me on Twitter if I can load up the right lower third.
Kevin does an anime podcast too.
Yes.
If anyone likes anime,
it's a little bit more niche on that. But if you want an excuse to watch anime, you should listen to the podcast.
Just try it out once.
Yeah. So we will see you guys in 2 weeks, unless you guys want to watch that anime podcast, which is again, not that one. November 1st, 2012. But Isaac, it's always a blast to do this. Always a blast.
Sweet.
And we will see you guys in 2 weeks. So till then, guys, bye.
See ya. Okay, I'm good.
We can hear you.
Good.
All right.
Good.
Let's try this again.
Good.
All right.